Walking, that thing that we do every single day. Some of us do it more than others. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how you can implement walking into your weekly routine to help reduce your body fat and improve your body composition. And if you do it properly, consistently, and enough of it, you can actually reduce your body fat to below 10%. So if we go back to the very basics of what actually determines fat loss, it all comes down to calories and energy. You need to be placing yourself in a negative energy balance. So that basically means you need to be burning more calories than you are consuming. There's more energy going out than there is coming in. So how many calories do you burn when you walk? Well, not a huge amount. You have to do a fair amount of walking to burn a fair amount of calories, and obviously it depends upon how fast of a walk you're doing. Is it on an incline? Is it on a decline? How heavy are you? How much muscle mass do you have? If you have more muscle mass, you require more fuel, more energy to actually take each step. So there's a lot of variables which will determine that, and obviously the tracking tools to measure how many calories you burn aren't really that accurate, so you kind of have to just take them with a pinch of salt. I did an experiment a couple of months ago where I tried to figure out how long it would take me to burn 100 calories just by doing a very casual walk. Did that on the beach, and it worked out to be around 20 minutes of slow-paced walking to burn 100 calories, which is almost 2 hours worth of walking just to burn 500 calories. As I mentioned before, it's almost impossible to know exactly how many calories you're burning from walking, but let's say, for example, 10,000 steps. If we say that 10,000 steps equals 500 calories burned, if you do that every single day for a week, that's 3,500 calories you've burned just from walking. Okay, let's say, for example, you manage to bring that up to 20,000 steps a day, 1,000 calories burnt each day, 7,000 calories burnt per week from walking. Obviously, nutrition is going to play a critical role in determining whether or not this is going to work for you. Okay, you can do all the walking in the world. You can be walking all day, every day, but if you are over consuming too many calories and you're not allowing yourself to be in a calorie deficit, then you're not going to lose weight. If anything, you may even gain weight. Okay, so this is when tracking your calories can be very effective. Not everybody has to do it, but it can help. One of the biggest perks of walking is that pretty much everybody can do it, unless you are stuck in your apartment and you're locked down, you're quarantined, you can't leave your house. Obviously, the situation is going to be a little bit difficult for you. Like me, when I was in Dubai, I couldn't leave the apartment for almost 2 months, and you could see my step count was absolutely horrendous. It was barely going over 2,000, and I noticed from that lack of walking on a day-to-day basis, I did gain quite a lot of body fat, for me, relatively speaking. Okay, one of the biggest downsides is, yes, it's time consuming. It's very time consuming, particularly if you want to burn a significant amount of calories. You have to do a lot of walking, outdoors, indoors, however you want to do it, to actually get yourself in a significant deficit. You could potentially go onto a treadmill, set the incline, and increase the pace to get your heart rate up. Yes, you're going to burn more calories, and that's an easier way to do it. We just want to make sure that you don't overdo it. When I do it, I try not to get my heart rate above 140 beats per minute, because for me, if I want to maintain my size, I don't want to be overdoing the cardio. Yes, there are many other forms of cardio which will help you to burn more calories and place yourself in a calorie deficit, but ultimately it comes to your overall goals. If you want to be as big as you can possibly be, to build as much muscle as possible, and at the same time try and be as lean as you possibly can be without destroying yourself and being overtrained and feeling absolutely horrendous, then the combination of resistance training and low intensity steady state cardio is a winning combination to get you to that goal and have that ultimate physique. So what you need to do, you need to set yourself a target, right? This is assuming that you have your nutrition on point and you're tracking your nutritional intake. Most people, from my experience, are really under eating. Okay, so if you want to place yourself in a negative energy balance, eating less is usually not a good idea, particularly if you want to enjoy your life, build or hold on to a significant amount of muscle, and actually have a decent workout, okay, and to recover from that workout. So if you're one of those people that isn't really eating enough already, my recommendation is to get the step count up, right, on a weekly basis. You don't have to start off with doing 20,000 steps a day, but at least set yourself a daily target. Okay, how do you know how many steps you're doing on a day-to-day basis? It's a little bit hard to know if you've never tracked before. There is an app on your phone which kind of tracks how many steps you've taken, but this is only really when you've had your phone in your pocket, so it is a little bit unreliable, but it can give you a pretty decent indicator of what your day-to-day step count is. If you want to be really accurate, I recommend you get something on your wrist, which is going to be on you all day and will know for sure, or will be a lot more accurate at knowing how many steps you've taken. So set yourself a target, whether it's 5,000, whether it's 10,000. My recommendation would be to get it up an extra 5,000 to what you would usually do before you start this little mission of yours. And then stick at it every single day. Even if it comes to the evening time, you're like, damn, I'm still 5,000 steps short, go out there and do an extra 5,000 steps, okay? Listen to a podcast, listen to some music, just go out there and walk. Yes, it's going to be more difficult if it's absolutely freezing or the weather is horrendous. If that is the case, then you may have to do it at the gym or get a treadmill. All right? Luckily for me, I can do it outdoors. All right? One of the reasons why I've been able to lose so much body fat over the past few weeks is because I've been walking so much. When I was in Dubai, the weather was too hot. I didn't even like to go outside because it was just unbearable. So my step count was lower than usual. Then I came here, I'm walking way more. My step count is almost between 12,000 and 15,000. I would imagine it's even more than that because I don't have my phone on me all the time. So my energy expenditure is a lot higher, and combined with the fact that I'm training, going to the gym, lifting weights, and I'm tracking what I'm eating, it's not 100% accurate, but I'm also being very sensible with what I'm eating. So a combination of everything is allowing me to lose body fat. I'm probably the leanest I've been for a long time. I'm going to keep the step count up. When things begin to plateau, you have two options. You can either eat less, but as I've said before, most people shouldn't be eating less. You just need to do more steps, okay? So do an extra 1,000, do an extra 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. If you get to the point where you're doing 15,000 to 20,000 steps a day, you are absolutely killing it. And believe me, if you're consistent with that and your eating is on point, you're tracking it, you're making sure you're not overeating, binging, you're getting good sleep, you're not drinking too much alcohol, drugs, whatever it might be, you are going to see some very positive results from this, but you have to be consistent with it, okay? It's not going to change just from doing 1 week of walking, okay? This needs to be implemented into your routine on a daily basis. It's okay if you have off days or days where you don't really walk that much, but your weekly average should be on point. But ultimately it comes down to the individual and what they enjoy doing and what is actually possible given their availability to train and to actually do the cardio. But yes, you can make time. Sometimes you've got to make time for doing those extra 5,000, 10,000 steps, but it's doable, okay? It's definitely doable. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.